What is going on, creatives? Welcome to my weekly design training where I share free design tips with designers. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to achieve successful design projects using a design I received from a designer. I'm going to share my process with you and I'm going to share some powerful tips that I believe will help you as a creative person. So let's go. So this is the design I received during the week from a designer. And let's start with what is working here. And then we'll go straight to what is not working. Then I'm going to show you guys how I was able to recreate this to make it look attractive and successful. All right. So the first thing I noticed that is working here is the background used by the designer. The background really projects what we have on the middle ground and the foreground. You know, I like the fact that the background is bright and we can easily see this shape here. And the same principle is what we have here, which is contrast, all right? The contrast between the color used inside this shape here really made this information that we have on the shape really project well, all right? And so the contrast between the shape and the title here is beautiful. And another thing I love so much about this is the part where, you know, the designer made the title this bold to really draw attention. And I love this glitch effect here. All right. This effect that we have on the title here, it really, you know, made the project more strong and, you know, really have that playful effect that captures the attention of the right viewers. All right. So yeah, good job to the designer there. And the other thing I love here is the part of the proximity, which is the grouping the information in the project, because, you know, the principles of design are very important where putting together your element is concerned. And I like the way the designer, you know, allow proximity in the project here. And this really, you know, made the project look successful where the use of proximity is concerned. All right. Then yeah, I think that is it. And let's go straight to what is not working in the project. Now, the first thing I noticed that is not really working here is the illustration used, because this project is not really for the people, for this type of people. All right. The project is not really for this type of people. It's for people between the age of 13 and above. And I do expect to see a small child like what we have in the project, because the artwork is talking about teens for Christ. All right, teens for Christ. So it should be between 13 and let's say 20 and so on. So yeah, the illustration is not really balanced here. And another reason why it's always best to use the right illustration is because you see, when people see picture of when they see picture that did not really go with their age, all right, that did not go with their age group, they avoid the design, because pictures are what we use to tell story in graphic design. So when we don't use the right picture, we're going to tell the story, we're going to pass the story to the wrong people. All right. So it's always best to make sure we use the right picture. And I believe it's easy for we designers now to know the right image to use in our project, because, you know, if you are the type of person that doesn't know the right age for this type of people, I'm talking of teens, Google is one powerful platform that you can go to check the age group of the people that falls between this word here. So I don't expect to see this. All right. Then the other thing I noticed that the designer did not do well is the part of playing with the title. You know, when I first saw this design, I read the title this way. I thought it was "And the of Kings." You know, I had to send a message to my team to please contact the designer to ask what exactly is the title of the message. And I appreciate the designer for his quick response. So he said right the right way is "and of the kings. So the reason why I did not really get the the pronouncing of the title correctly is because of this space we have here. This space is really causing confusion. So I expect the designer to do this. Even if you're going to play with the title this way, I expect the designer to uh stretch this out more. If I not even this, it should be this. All right. If this is what the designer did, I believe it will still, help a bit where reading the information in the project is concerned, because there's a way, we are programmed to read. We always read from left to right. And when we don't, when we have, space is what we normally use to give rest whenever we're reading sentences, like when we're reading any sentence. Now, this is where I'm going to stop on this. Then I'm going to go straight to the recreating of this artwork. But before I do that, I have one very important information I would like to share with you. We get calls a lot from people who are looking forward to go into design but can't afford to pay for design school. So because of this, we decided to start a foundation where we can be a blessing to these people. Now we're looking at getting gadgets and some other things in order for us to meet our goals. And this is where we need you to support us with your donation. If you have any amount you believe you can support us with, kindly make use of the information on the screen. Every amount that comes from you will be highly appreciated. All right, so let's continue the tutorial. All right, so here is the redesigned version, and I started with the sky because I really want to create a scene here. I want to create a project that's entertain the people, because today's audience always want to be entertained. So I decided to create a scene that I believe will really make people want to look at the project. And the reason why I decided to use the mountain is because mountain is one of the illustration that one can use to illustrate personal challenges. After taking my time to read what the project is about, I found out that it's actually talking about saving lives, like going to touch the lives of the young people to make them know Christ. So and so many people, most people who doesn't know Christ, depression is one of the things they fight with. So making them know Christ is what this project is trying to make the right viewers understand. So the idea behind using the mountain is to depict personal challenges, which is what is signed to show that, okay, the hand on the right is the sign of someone going through challenges, and the hand on the left is trying to draw the person how to save the person from the problem. And that's the idea behind the hand and the mountain you're looking at on your screen. Now, I can always use just the hand. All right, I can always use just the hand to illustrate the project. But I noticed that people always want to see something that will make them want to use the something that will make them want to read the design. All right, and part of how you can do this right is when you create a scene, like something like a realistic scene that illustrates what the project is talking about. Now, it's not compulsory you work this way. All right, it's not compulsory you work this way, because I don't want somebody to start thinking, hey, Caesar, am I supposed to do the same thing you did to achieve a successful design project? No, no, no. This is just my style, my way of working on design projects. And the goal here is not for you to copy the exact design I did on this artwork. It's just to make you guys understand how to tell story with design, how to create a project that explain what the artwork is talking about, to help the viewers quickly get the message fast, because that is one of the things you need to know where achieving successful design is concerned. It's part of the things that make a good design. So that's the reason why I decided to share this with you guys. Now, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to use the principle of design to create hierarchy here, because there's also the hierarchy part of using color. All right, now, so saturated colors advance. All right, they advance forward, and let saturated colors recede. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So I want people's attention to really see the focus and make the background serve as the secondary image to project the two hands connected. And the idea behind applying the highlights, because I'm sure you guys can see something like I'm sure you guys can see the rim light I applied to the hands. So the idea behind that is to create more separation between the background and the foreground. All right. I hope somebody get that. So whenever you're putting together images, I'm talking to designers who are looking at going into photo manipulation. Please, how you can create separation between your foreground and your background is through the use of colors. All right. I'm talking of colors and value. There are times when you don't even need to change the color of the background. That is just the value of what you have on the foreground that you need to adjust to create the separation between what you have on the foreground and the background. And the idea behind putting the plastic effect on the project is to really make this look more playful, because the target audience like to see design project that entertain them. All right. So in order to achieve this, I need to apply the plastic effect to the project. They have to have this noise effect on it. The idea behind this is to also create what connect to the right viewers. All right, because young people like to see graffiti effects on design that speak to them. All right, so and that's the reason why I decided to do this. And also that's the idea behind applying the effect I applied to the text to my title. The character I use for the title is a display type. Why? Because when you're working on project for teens, it's always best to use display type, because these people like playful characters in their project. And that's the idea behind the typography that I use in the project. Okay. Yeah. Aside from the use of the typography, the type that I use in the project, I also added this tear off paper effect. And the idea behind this is to make this look like a sticker on the plastic, because whenever you're putting together your element, please don't just put the element together because you just want it to be there. Picture how things appear really to you in real life. All right, where you see elements that you mostly see together in real life. And that's the idea behind this. I'm sure you guys have seen an original album copy. I'm talking of the case. I'm sure it always come in a plastic, and there's always sticker on it, and that's what inspire all the sticker effect you're looking at here in my version. Okay, I hope this makes sense to you. If it does, please drop a message and let me know. And if you love my version, I will appreciate if you can give this tutorial a like. All right, if you can do that, I'll so much appreciate it. Okay, so let's go straight to how I was able to use the principle of design to make this look successful. Now, I already shared why I made this looking this saturated. All right. I'm not going to say too much on that. Again, I'm going to go straight to the contrast. All right. The reason why this hand we can easily see this hand clearly from the background is the work of contrast, because the value of the brightness of this, or let me say the making this dark, the value of making this dark is different from the background, and this really projects this correctly or well in the project. The idea behind applying this rim light effect here is because I know that my landscape image here is is dark. So I noticed that this is affecting the making people see the real shape of the hand. So I decided to apply this highlight or rim light effect to this part of the hand in order to make the hand more visible. And the other part of the contrast is on the title. You know, I'm sure you guys can see that this information here is really visible. And the reason why this is visible is because the background is dark and the title is bright. All right. Yeah. So let's go straight to the part of the proximity in the project. So in no particular order, I'm going to quickly share how I was able to achieve proximity here. So this is one proximity, and this here is another proximity. Then this here is another proximity, and this is another proximity. And this, why this and this is going to be, why I decided to group these two together is because you see the closeness of this information here to the title here is going to make the viewers read, you know, the two information together. All right. So our focal point, yes, because it's always good to have a focal point. So the focal point in this project is going to be the image, because this is what I decided to, you know, use to quickly inform the viewers to know what the project is about. And one of the reasons why this is going to really capture the right viewers, aside from the way I play with the composition, is the hand of the characters here. Because if you notice the hand here, you notice it looks more like the hand of young people. We don't have wrinkles on the hand. So this really made this look like, yes, it's actually for young people. So these are the things you need to check and put in place before getting to your computer or your workstation. Okay, so I want us to play a game, all right? Among the principles of design, there's something called repetition. And I would have loved to share with you, but I just want to test you guys to see if you guys are actually good thinkers. So what I need you to do for me is drop a message in the comment section, share where we have repetition in this project, so as to, you know, make me know that yes, you guys are actually learning. So look at the project, share where you notice repetition, and, you know, drop it in the comment section of this tutorial. Okay, so if you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button and remember to click the post notification bell so you get notified when I post my tutorials. Now, if you know anyone that you believe need to watch this tutorial, kindly share the link with them. And if you love the video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.